Snow drifts slow across the room. The notes fall like cheap perfume. The tired clock forgets to chime. Another night stealing time. Your eyes shine like polished chrome. Two lost hearts, nowhere home. The band leaves into every beat. Soft regrets beneath the heat. After the smoke, after the wine, we cross the line one more time. No tomorrow, no alibi, just jazz and you and lullaby. Lipstick ghosts on crystal glass. Moments made too weak to last. The bass walks low, the trumpet cries. Truth sounds best when it lies. If morning comes, let it sting. Tonight we let the redbird spin. In every groove we almost stay, but don't always find a way. After the smoke fade to black, no looking forward, no turning back. When the lights fall out of you, I'll still hear jazz and you. The clock strikes low, the room is dim. A lonely sax begins to swim. Your perfume hangs in heavy air, like secrets we don't dare to share. A bar stool knows my tired name. Every night feels just the same. Soft piano cracked and slow, plays a love I'll never know. It's the last call, pour it slow. Let the heart break, swing and flow. Hold the night, don't let it end. We were more than just pretend. Cigarette burns mark the time. Broken vows and cheap red wine. You lean close, the world goes mute. Just bass and drums and one sad flute. If dawn comes knocking, let it wait. We're dancing late with fate. In every note I almost find the love we left behind. Last call, shadows intertwine. Your hand fits perfectly in mine. When the band packs up too soon, I'll still hear you. Last call tune.
The band steps back from borrowed light. A breath hangs loose, the room feels right. Glasses settle, chairs align. Time loosens up its tie. You trace a line along the grain of a table marked by stain. A horn drifts warm, then slips aside, leaving space it doesn't hide. Let it play the way it falls. No direction, no curtains calls. What we share won't overstay, just a sound that finds its way. The drummer smiles, then drops the pace, like he's shaping empty space. Your eyes meet mine, then move away. Nothing asked for us to say. If the tune forgets its start, let it finish where we are. Some nights don't need a sign, they clean right on time. When the final note runs dry, hands fall still, the room goes quiet. No last word, no after view. The night moves on, so do you.
lights lean soft against the crowd. Footsteps speak but never loud. A brush snare tests the room like it's checking its own pulse. You trace circles on the rim of a glass left mostly full. A trumpet turns a corner wide, then rests before it chooses sides. Meet me where the count runs thin, not ahead and not back then. What we share won't overstay, just a phrase that drifts away. The bass holds ground without a fight, anchors everything in sight. Your breath moves just ahead of time, like it knows where beats align. If the tune decides to pause, let it be without a cause. Some things land without a name, still they never sound the same. Meet me where the count runs out. No conclusion, no way out. When the room resets its tone, I'll remember halftime alone. Halftime alone. The band takes shape without a word. A chair shifts back, a glass is stirred. Soft applause dies where it lands. The night moves on in careful hands. You lean in just enough to hear what isn't said but still is clear. A trumpet waits, then finds its way around a thought that chose to stay. Hold the note, don't let it fall. This space is speaking after all. No direction, no command, just time stretched thin between the band. of slow stops before it needs to go. Your glance meets mine, then steps aside, like it knows where lines reside. If the tune slips past its frame, let it drift without a name. Some moments breathe and rearrange without a need to ever change. Hold the note till silence learns how to wait for its return. When the sound has had its say, this will linger, then give way.
Brass hums warm against the night, ceiling fans turn slow and white. A folded coat, a loosened tie. Nobody here is asking why. Your laugh cuts through the muted band, like it never had a plan. A trumpet bends, then settles down, like it knows this side of town. There's a glass on the table, half undone. Two hands shaking, not just one. Stay until the drummer quits. Love sounds best in broken bits. The floor remembers every step. All the chances people kept. Your eyes say more than words allow. Every truth is softer now. If the clock forgets our names, let it spin just the same. Some nights are meant to keep, they're only here to make us feel. Ooh, glass on the table, room runs thin. The band folds up, the night caves in. When silence learns this tune too well, I'll hear your voice in every shell.
tables thin. Saxophone is settling in. Pinstripe shadows cross the wall. Low lived room, a velvet drawl. You spin a cherry in your glass. Let the slow percussion pass. Trumpet flickers sharp and bright, cutting through folded night. Let it swing, let it ride. Don't ask where we'll decide. What we've got, won't write it down. Just a pulse inside this town. Cigarette smoke climbs the air, twisting through your lacquered hair. Baseline, walking heel to toe, steady where the lights burn low. If the rhythm skips a beat, let it wander off the street. Some romances start in tune, and before the afternoon, when the last refrain turns slow and the exit lamps all glow, no big speech, no overdue. Night wind calls, we're passing through. A tilted mic, shoelaces loose, a mood just right. Mahogany beneath the light, faces blur at the edge of sight. You draw a circle on the rim of a glass worn faint and thin. A baritone begins to glide, heavy words it doesn't hide. Let it drift across the floor. No one asking for much more. What we share won't make a sound. It just turns and comes around. The right cymbal sparks a line, quick as breath and out of time. Your coat slips down the back of wood, like it might stay if it could. If the pattern starts No farewell and nothing due. Chair stand still, we're thinning too. Between the notes, loose ties, unbuttoned coats, a muted horn leans into space. Nothing here is in a race. You count the cracks along the floor, like you've been here once before. A piano turns a careful phrase, circling what it doesn't say. You leave it where the rhythm lies. No conclusion, no disguise. What we hear won't settle down. It just drifts around the sound. The bass steps sideways by step alone, finding weight without a tone. Your heel turns slightly out of line, just ahead, just behind time. If the tune begins to thin, let it fade from where it's been. Some moments work because they pass, not because they're built to last. When the final chord lets go and the room turns calm and low, no last phrase to carry through. The night moves on. We do too. Last call ringing soft and slow, Mercer Street in afterglow, upright bass in steady stride, keeps the restless night in line. You tilt your head against the light, silver earrings catching sight, faded trumpet, velvet bear, spills confession in the air. Let it drift, let it be. No one asking how it'll end. What we found won't settle long, just a heartbeat in a song.
heels tracing circles on the ground. Your lipstick on a crystal rim, fading at the edges thin. If the piano slips off key, let it land where it should be. Some chances bloom without a sign, then dissolve between the lines. When the final symbol sighs and the bartender unties apron strings, counts up the till, city hums, the air is still.
A spare seat waits beside the band. Pray lay folded by a hand. The room listens before it breathes, like it knows what silence means. You settle in without a sound, eyes following the counting down. A horn lifts, then gently lands, leaving space where meaning stands. Take the second chair, stay light. No need to frame this part of night. What we hear is passing not quite old and not quite new. The drummer draws a thinner line between the beat and borrowed time. Your smile flickers, then behaves like something careful that you say. If the tune forgets its role, let it circle, not control. Some arrangements come out best when they're never fully dressed. Take the second chair, remain. Nothing lost and nothing gained. When the set is finally through, I recall that seed and you. is passed from left to right. Wood and brass begin to talk in sentences that breathe, not walk. You rest your elbow on the edge of something neither near nor far. A half smile waits, then lets it go, like it's learned not to insist. Give me one more measure now, before the moment figures out how to leave without a trace, how to clear its empty place. The floor remembers older nights, but keeps them locked beneath its grain. A shoe turns slightly toward mine, nothing loud, nothing plain. If the tune forgets its aim, let it wander just the same. Some lines land, some just roam. Not every sound needs a home. One more measure, let it stand, loose in time, not fully planned. When the band has set its part, this will stay the way it starts. See beneath my glass, ink still wet from hours past. Stage smoke curls above the keys, bent nose riding minor C's. You tap edge into a tray, like you've got no need to stay. A brushed snare draws a silver thread through the words we never said. Let it lean, don't make it strong. Some things only last a song. What we found won't settle in, just a pulse beneath the skin. Bass climbs down a wooden spine, close to borrowed time. Your shadow stretches near my chair, close enough to almost share. If the chorus shifts its ground, let it fall without a sound. Some evenings close without a sign, clean as chalk across the line. When the final harmony thins and the bartender cashes in, no big finish left to prove. Street air calls, we start to move. The room is low, the lights are shy. Your shadow dances in my eye. A glass half full or half goodbye. This bar knows more than you or I. Your lips move slow but say too much. Every word burns like a touch. There's smoke between us, thick and blue. Things we won't say, things we do. Time melts down in this tone. There's smoke between me and you. The piano cries like it remembers all the nights we couldn't surrender. Your laugh tastes like cheap red wine, sweet regret of time. Your hand so close, but never mind. We miss each other by design. There's smoke between us, soft and cool. A lonely heart's favorite room. Midnight hearts, a broken truth. There's smoke between me and you. If I leave now, I'll leave alone. If I stay, I'll turn to stone. This song fades, but not the ache. Every love is a beautiful mistake. There's smoke between us, fading snow, like love we never got to know. And the band stops, so do you. me and you. Last call rings, the night exhales. Your ghost lingers in the stale blue smoke and empty tears.
Ticket stub inside my coat, name half printed, barely wrote. Stage lights hum a mellow tone, brass and wooden undertone. You rest your hat upon your knee, like you're nowhere else to be. A slow trombone begins to slide through the space we never hide. Let it roll, let it spin, no need to know where we've been. What we share won't stake a claim, just a rhythm without a name. Polished shoes on checkered tile, hold a beat for just a while. Your glance flickers then turns wide, balanced on the other side. If the pattern drifts astray, let it choose another way. Some encounters bloom and close, like a song that no one chose. When the last refrain grows small and the shadows line the wall, no bright promise left to prove. Doors swing wide.
A low hum settles in the room. Shoes trace arcs across the gloom. The band aligns with quiet care. Nothing heavy in the air. You fold a note you never read. Let it rest where hands have been. The piano finds a narrow road between the known and what is old. Let it drift, don't pin it down. No straight lines in the sound. What we share can bend and fade, like a choice that never stayed. The bass leans into borrowed space, keeps its balance, sets its pace. Your glance turns just enough to say, This part moves its own way. If the tune loosens its thread, let it slip from what was said. Some endings work when left unclear. Close enough then disappear. When the last chord clears the floor and the room won't ask for more, no return and nothing new. Doors swing wide, we pass through. Quarter to 2 and the band's on fire. Sharp dressed cats and a loosened tie. Piano rolling bright and fast, spinning spark that won't quite last. You snap your fingers on the beat, tap your heels on polished street. Saxophone and high reply throws a wink as it walks on by. It's a flash of tune, burning hot and gone too soon. Section cutting clean and loud, pulls a shout out of the crowd. The dress swings side to side, keeping time you never hide. If the drummer breaks it down, let us shake this corner town. Some knife blaze and then they're through, bright as dawn at 2:30. When the last horn hits the sky and the dancers wave goodbye, no slow fade, no overdue, street lights blink, we're split in two. Hello, the night is kind. It hides the truth we leave behind. Your glass reflects a broken tune, a love that ended far too soon. You smile slow like you've been here before, like every goodbye still once more. Where the smoke learns my name and the band plays us in vain, we dance close, we stay strangers, soft hearts playing dangerous. That piano knows the shape of you. Every note feels half untrue. Your hand rests near but never stays, like all our almost yesterdays. Your voice drips like midnight rain, sweet enough to hurt again. Where the smoke learns my name and the lights blur guilt and flame, we hold time, then we lose it. Every love leaves a bruise in it. If I ask you to remain, you'll turn love into pain. So we breathe and let go of the things we'll never know. Where the smoke learns my name as the night forgets our faces. One last song, one last frame, two hearts lost in quiet places. The room exhales, the lights go blue, the smoke stays, but not you. Basement stairs in black and white, poster peeling in the light, penny change inside my hand, house trio, no big band. You arrive in tailored gray, shake the winter rain away. Piano hums a velvet theme, soft as sugar in your cream. Let it roll easy now, no need asking why or how, what we share's a quiet flame, small enough to dodge a name. Bartender with rolled up sleeves polishes what no one sees. Your laugh rises quick then low, like a train that won't slow. If the drummer drops the beat, let the silence find its seat. Some connections start off slight, then dissolve before first light. When the final chord is played and the tab is neatly paid, no big scene for me and you. Street is cold, the sky is blue. Coins rest quiet on the bar. Night feels closer than it was. A slow grin from the trumpet's bell, like it's got a tale to tell. You loosen knots I never tied. You loosen knots I never tied. Eyes half lost, half occupied. The piano steps, then steps away, leaving room for what won't stay. Let it roll, let it turn. Some things fade before they burn. What we catch is light and thin, just the sound we're standing in. Drifts slow without a claim, holding shape but not a name. Your sleeve moves past my wrist like a thought I nearly missed. If the rhythm breaks its line, let it fall behind the time. Some nights settle, some divide. choose a side. When the last note loses ground and the room reclaims its sound, no next step and nothing due. Chairs scrape back, we drift out too.
Amber glow on polished shoes, low talk trading wins and lose. A brush snare draws a careful line across the edge of closing time. You stir the ice, it cracks and sighs like a truth in thin disguise. The upright hums a steady thread through things we almost said. Take it easy, let it ride. No straight answers left to find. What we share won't stake a claim. Just a spark without a flame. Back then leans ahead, silver phrases softly spread. Your shadow shifts but doesn't stay, hovering just a breath away. If the measure bends off track, let it wander, don't pull back. Some nights open, some unwind without a need to draw a line. When the last chord drops away and the band has had its say, no encore and nothing due. Lights burn low, we're passing through. Head fading, lights burn low. Whiskey rings in afterglow. Piano leans on ivory sighs. Soft as truth between two lies. You trace circles on the bar, like you're measuring how far. A muted horn bends out of key, almost where we meant to be. Take it slow, don't hold it tight. Some flames flicker out of sight.
just a spark without a claim. Drummers' brushes sweep the floor like they've done 1,000 more. Your perfume drifts through blue and gray, stays a second, slips away. If the rhythm loses pace, let it wander from its place. Some nights bloom and then undo, leaving nothing left to prove. When the last note falls apart and the room exhales its heart, no encore beneath the moon. We step out too late, too soon. Canal Street in rain-soaked shine, taxi headlights blur the line. Down below a basement sign, promises a borrowed time. Stairwell hums with a bright bass, drawing strangers into place. Coats and collars, silk and wool, room already warm and full. Let it breathe, let it slide. Keep your secrets tucked inside. What we've got won't need a plan, just a tune that understands your silhouette against the bar. Looks both distant, looks both near. A brush snare begins to sweep, rhythm steady, running deep. If the harmony turns blue, let it color me and you. Some encounters start by chance, and before a second dance, when the final spotlight fades and the night begins to trade, music for the morning air, we step out questions there.
Curtains rest where light once fell. A borrowed tune begins to swell. Glasses shift the counter size. No one here explains their eyes. Your sleeve brushes borrowed air, like it paused before it cared. A piano tests a gentle line, as if asking for more time. We don't say what this might be. No demand, no guarantee. Just a rhythm passing through. A quiet deal between us two. The drummer circles what he knows, leaves the rest for undertow. Your heel turns once against the floor. Nothing meant and nothing more. If the tune decides to bend, let it choose where it will end. Some nights settle, some release. Without the need for clarity. We don't say what this became. No regret, no claim to fame. When the room resumes its role, this stays soft, a shared control. China cup with fade and steam, late night crowd in satin sheen. Piano hums a tender line, soft as cheap red table wine. You rest your cheek upon your hand, like you half don't understand why the sax in minor key sounds so close to you and me. Hold it close, hold it light. Some things bloom in borrowed night.
silver flame. Waiter clears the corner space, shadows slipping down your face. Your laughter barely makes a sound, still it turns the whole room round. If the melody runs thin, let the quiet settle in. Some embraces, soft and brief, leave a trace beyond belief. When the last chord melts away and the sky turns pale as day, no big promise left to keep, we step out the streets asleep. A single lamp above the band, sheets of sound, a steady hand. Chairs scrape back, the crowd sits tight. Another tune cuts into night. You're not once when the tempo falls, like you've heard these rises stalls. A horn steps out, then steps aside, leaving space it doesn't hide. Play it slow, don't rush the frame. This part never needs a name. Let it hang, let it bend. Every set must start, must end. The drummer lifts, then drops the beat, soft enough to feel the seat. Your breath moves time, then lets it go, like you already know. If the song slips out of line, let it lean on borrowed time. Not all moments has to stay, some just pass the night away. Play it slow till silence stays. Hands fall still, lights don't change. When the room forgets the sound, I'll remember how this went. curtains half drawn tight, low brass warming up the night, ice cubes cracking crystal clear, soft applause from table rear. You lean back in tailored blue, candlelight outlining you. A lazy chord begins to fall, gentle as a distant call. Let it sway nice and slow, nowhere special left to go. What we share won't leave a scar, just a wish upon a bar. Coat check girl with tired eyes stacks the hats in tidy piles. Your glove rests beside your drink, like a thought you shouldn't think. If the singer drags the phrase, let it drift in smoky haze. Some connections form and fade, like chalk hearts in promenade. When the band folds up the stands and the night slips through our hands, no grand speech beneath the stars, taxi doors and passing cars. Chairs pulled close, the room feels small. A muted horn leans on the wall. Coasters stain the polished wood. Nothing here feels understood. Your voice rides soft on falling time, half a joke, a crooked line. The drummer waits a beat too long, like he knows where this goes wrong. This is how the evening bends, not quite lovers, not just friends. Stay until the rhythm's gone. Some goodbyes are best unsung. A cash register hums low and dry, counting nights that passed us by. Your coat slips from the back of the chair, like you might not leave it there. If the tune forgets its start, let it wander, let it part. Not every truth needs to be said. Some are better softly read. This is how the evening ends. Loose held hands, unfinished plans. When the room goes still and drawn, I remember this low ceiling song. Quiet nod goes down the line. Brass cools off, the mood unwinds. Napkins folded, glasses bare. The night loosens everywhere. You smooth a crease along your sleeve, like small details help you leave. A piano hums a gentle thought, nothing pushed and nothing fought. Let the tune rest where it lands. No demands and no commands. What we found won't need a name, just a sound that came and went. The bass steps back into the crowd. Footsteps blend but never loud. Your shadow turns toward the door, like it's done this life before. If the rhythm thins and fades, let it end the way it's played. Some nights close without a sign, clean and simple, right on time. When the light sees off the floor and the band won't play no more, no last look and nothing do, the room grows still. We do too. We do too. A soft cue passes through the band, brushes hover, sticks suspend. The room leans in, then settles back, like it's learned a quieter track. You say your glass beside the rim, not quite finished, not quite in. A trumpet curves a careful tone, finding weight without a home. Let it breathe, don't force the scene. Some spaces stay undefined. What we hear won't circle back, it just moves along the track. The bass steps out and holds the ground, keeping shape without a sound. Your foot pauses mid-time, between the beat and any sign. If the tune slips off its chart, let it end where moments start. Some connections end up true, simply by not pushing through. When the last bar fades to air, and the stage stands stripped and bare, no encore, no overdue. Lights go dim, we slip out too.